What if AI controls your future? Shocking truth about artificial intelligence. So, imagine a world where artificial intelligence becomes not just a tool, but a central force shaping the trajectory of your life. The invisible presence of AI algorithms already molds your digital experiences, guiding what you see on your screen, the news you read, the products you're offered, and even potential job opportunities. But what happens when these systems move from the background to the very foreground of our lives, making decisions that are deeply consequential? The truth about artificial intelligence is not merely a story of technological advance, but a profound ethical crossroads that demands scrutiny and vigilance. At the heart of this revolution lies a phenomenon known as algorithmic opacity, often called the black box problem. Modern AI systems, especially those based on deep learning, are so complex that even their developers cannot fully trace how input data is transformed into critical decisions. This lack of transparency becomes particularly troubling when algorithms are trusted to determine whether a person qualifies for a medical procedure, is eligible for parole, or deserves access to financial credit. If humans cannot explain an AI's decision, should we entrust these systems with matters of life and liberty? Are we prepared to cede such authority to inscrutable processes, or should transparency and accountability be non-negotiable standards? Beyond opacity, AI's power to shape behavior through surveillance and content targeting introduces further ethical hazards. In the pursuit of engagement, algorithms monitor digital footprints, predict preferences, and deliver individually tailored content designed to captivate. While this might seem harmless or even beneficial in consumer settings, its use in sectors like healthcare, finance, and law enforcement raises pressing concerns about privacy, consent, and manipulation. Who is responsible when an automated system denies a crucial loan based on invisible criteria, or disproportionately surveils communities based on opaque predictions? The dangers multiply as AI-generated deepfakes blur the line between reality and fabrication. These hyper-realistic audio and video creations can fool eyes and ears, eroding confidence in authentic information and making it harder than ever to discern truth from deception. In a single stroke, deepfakes threaten to undermine democracies, disrupt elections, and tarnish reputations. They empower bad actors to incite unrest, discredit public figures, or commit fraud, all with synthetic media that is nearly impossible to disprove without sophisticated analysis. On the global stage, the race for AI supremacy introduces yet another dimension of risk. Autonomous weapons and AI-enabled surveillance technologies grant governments unparalleled, sometimes unchecked power. The automation of warfare and policing raises uncomfortable moral questions. Is it ethical to delegate the power of lethal force, surveillance, or censorship to algorithms lacking empathy? What happens when authorities deploy AI against dissent, using facial recognition and behavioral analytics to suppress civil liberties with ruthless efficiency? Bias is another persistent concern, reflecting the prejudices embedded in real-world data. Even the most advanced AI can mirror and amplify societal inequalities, leading to discriminatory outcomes in hiring, criminal sentencing, or credit approval processes. This is not merely a technical failure, but an ethical imperative to confront how our values are encoded into the digital systems we trust. Even the planet is affected. Training massive AI models and running data centers require enormous amounts of energy, contributing to carbon emissions and resource depletion. As we build an increasingly digital civilization, we must ask, can we afford the environmental costs of relentless AI expansion, or do sustainability and ethical stewardship demand restraint? Looking ahead, questions about AI's potential personhood, rights, and moral status come into focus as we develop systems capable of human-like empathy and creativity. How should we treat non-human intelligences that interact with us in meaningful ways? As AI becomes integral to classrooms and hospitals, we must guard against the loss of critical thinking, ensure fairness, and protect privacy in every domain. Ultimately, as we step into a future shaped by artificial intelligence, the choices we make today about transparency, accountability, and ethical responsibility will determine whether AI becomes a force for collective good or a challenge to the very values that define our humanity. The time to confront these questions is now. The future is not set. It's being written by every decision we make about how and why we let it control our lives.